Welcome to Sean Pearson Photography, and this is the initial episode of a series I like to call The Reveal, where I'm going to reveal some photos to a subject that he has seen or may have not seen yet. The subject with me today is Mr. Dave Mencarelli.
You scared me. I thought I was going to have to reveal something.
No, Dave is a comic, in case you can't tell.
Many people over the years have not been able to tell. Trust me.
Dave was actually voted Reno's best comedian once.
Yeah, that's like the fastest guy in the Special Olympics. The best comedian in Reno.
Well, it's fitting that a man who won the title of Reno's best comedian is the general manager at the Laugh Factory inside the Silver Legacy in Reno, Nevada.
Shows you how good of a comedian I am. The guy that books the Laugh Factory asked me to take tickets. But hey, you know.
I love it. So this show is primarily about photos. I've taken several photos of you over the course of you performing at the Laugh Factory and a few other venues that we're going to cover.
The best I've ever gotten of me doing stand-up by far.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So I'm going to pull up this software that I have called Capture 120, and we'll take a look at the first photo. Can you still see everything?
Yep.
Okay, great. This is a new software I'm using, and it's kind of trial and error for the first episode, perhaps. We'll see.
So now, and you want me to talk about that one?
Yeah, anything that comes to mind,
what I love there as sort of a guy that's always wanted to be a professional photographer, and I don't know anything, but I know what I like, right? And so what I love there is the lighting. It's got a cool ambient lighting kind of thing. So as the technical stuff, I love the lighting of it. But as a performer and as someone who doesn't see myself up there until I see photos or video like this, but like that captures a moment where to me, it looks like I'm just comfortable and you know this, but people don't. Like, I'm never comfortable up there. But what you captured is a moment where I look comfortable. I look like I'm having fun. I'm probably off script there. I'm probably, off material or adding a tagline and pointing at something at my watch or on my arm or something. But this is what you've always been able to do. For years, every picture I had of stand-up was the same sort of looking picture, but you've always captured these moments where I'm doing something different with my hands. And I have a look about me that makes it look like, I feel confident and comfortable up there. And you take a lot of shots. And that's key to get these good ones. But I also know that to have somebody photograph you that knows what you're doing, like you're a comic, so you know what is going through my mind a little bit and knows me personally. This is the huge thing. Like you know me, so like you get these shots of me because you know who I am. And not only do you know like where I'm going in my act and like, oh, he's going to make a funny face here. I know he does a weird move here, but you just sort of know me and you catch these things. Like if I'm going off script, you're able to go, oh, he's off script here. I probably get some good stuff. So that's a big part of it. Like, I think you can spend 5 or 10 minutes with somebody and get to know them a little bit, and that'll enhance the photos that you take, because your pictures of me are better than anybody else's because you really know what's going through my mind and like who I am. So
wow, that's a lot of great things to say. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. This was at I think the Carson Valley
Carson Comedy Club.
They fixed the sign, right? They removed the
which is difficult. A difficult shoot for you because the lighting isn't great in there and it's hard to adjust to the lighting, right? You got that like that's a red brick wall behind me, but it comes out purplish in photos, right? So it's
because of the lighting.
Yeah, they have weird lighting in there, and it's a weird room, and there's a bunch of bright light coming in from the back, and so I know that's a difficult adjustment for you. But again, these are some of my favorites from the Carson Club, or some of my favorites.
Yeah, this one's not too much different, but I can show you the original and how it looked. It's a little bit flat. Yeah,
so see, you've enhanced that. Yeah. Oh, I love it. Yeah. You don't lose the original feel of it, but it gives it a different
more of an isolation.
Yeah.
Like
very cool.
Yeah. Moving on, we'll see. Here's one at
These are some of these are some of your greatest ever too. And so, many people have taken pictures of me at the Laugh Factory. Not professionals, but people with their phones, or some of my friends who are like, amateur photographers, and
Sure.
they're all, I'm not trying to crap on anybody else, but they're all similar. I'm just standing with the mic or something. But what I love about your Laugh Factory photos are you get them from all these different angles. Like, I love these ones with the heads in it, so
Yeah.
that there are actually people watching the show, which I
Right.
love. And
Yeah.
again, this is another one where I'm not in a common pose that I make. I love the way you've captured this sort of look on my face of, like, again, you get these looks of that's like a natural. I think I'm probably asking some of the audience, like, what did you just say? Or something.
Yeah, that's kind of why I take them this way, is because when I notice you're talking to someone in the audience, I try to frame it like you're talking to him.
Yeah, it's great because it just, and you've got enough of the background there that you don't have to. People with less skill and talent and experience would be trying to get I always end up trying to get the whole Laugh Factory logo in there, but you don't have to. That's enough for people to know it's the Laugh Factory. You know what I mean? And that's cool. And it takes, when you get the whole logo in there, it takes some of the focus off the subject, right? I always notice, I wanted them to see so-and-so's face, but they're going to be looking at the big logo now. So I love this, that, like, I'm at Laugh Factory, so it's good for my ego. I look thin. You always get me looking thin too, which I like. The heads are in there. So like that's I love that picture. That's one that I'm not used to seeing. And that's one that I would frame. I have several of your photos like in frames in my man cave. So
that's incredible.
Yeah.
Thank you. I like that's awesome. Here's one that's with some signage, it looks like.
Again, I like that. Shows the sign. I like the background. I like that you've got the mic stand in the frame. It gives it some interest, I think. I like that. And again, I'm talking to somebody there. I'm naturally just being myself there. And that's, again, not a common pose where I've got both hands on the mic and,
Yeah, I like that. And no, I totally agree with you. And it's important to, like, in this, unlike the Laugh Factory, it's a little bit easier to get this all in the same frame.
Right. I like that because in front of a brick wall like that could be anywhere.
Right.
And so I like that that's in there.
There's a club in Washington that has a kind of, not really too similar. I think it's a real brick wall.
Yeah, right. That's a wallpaper or something. That's from like Party City or some crap like that. Or like Harry Potter decoration or something, but see, like, again, I hate to keep fawning, like, I wish one would come up where I go, oh, that one sucks, but that's one I'm just naturally talking to somebody. I can tell by the look on my face. I'm not doing material there because I'm naturally, like, that's a natural look on my face. It looks like I'm in charge and I'm in control and I'm enjoying sort of doing the thing, which is not always the case,
Yeah.
But I love that. I'm in the middle of saying something to somebody. That's a legitimate smile. That's my real, like, I'm amused by something somebody said.
Sure. Yeah.
And again, the lighting. I love the lighting. I
don't know what it looks like originally.
Yeah. See, I love it. I love it. I always wanted, and I'm going to make you do this when we get together for our photo shoot. I always love those shots of, like, the Beatles where half of their kind of face is in the dark or whatever. So I like that sort of the back half of my head and body that are sort of in the dark.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, I like that. You know what that's good for comedians too? That kind of shot is, like, that's a great for me to make, like, a meme. You've left me all this space there, so I could put, like, a joke of mine in there, and it's a great thing to do on Instagram and stuff. So
yeah, I agree with that. I think that these were all taken.
I have that in a frame, dude. I swear to God, right above me in this room, I have that in a frame because I love that. That sums it up for me, dude. No one has ever captured stand-up and my relationship to it better than this photo right here. It's so perfect. The lighting is great because it's sort of an edgy lighting and, like, an angry lighting, if that makes any sense. Like, that's that sort of half in the dark thing. And I have this love-hate relationship with stand-up and the audience, and that was a legitimate response to probably some shitty heckle or something, right? And
yeah.
And I love that. Dude, that is what that could be my most favorite picture of me on stage of all time. I think that is so perfect.
That's great. I like to hear that. And we don't have to go into great detail about everyone.
Yeah.
Not that I don't enjoy it, but I like this one because this one's kind of like almost like George Carlin-esque, kind of like.
Yeah, I'm ranting about something, and you can tell. You always capture the mood in the shot.
Another one. I think these were all taken almost back.
So many of those end up looking staged, and so many of them are when a comedian's doing something like, and that's so great. That's just me doing. I don't even know. I think I'm doing my tattoo joke about on my rib cage, and that's great. It shows the silliness of what we do.
This is another simple phone call.
That's great. I always love when there's something different going on in the shot. That's great.
Yeah. So we talked about, the fact that the signage.
Yeah.
Not to get too technical, but that's the original one.
Wow.
So basically, when I shot it, you can see here my settings. 300 millimeters, and the reason that the sign looks so pronounced is because of this thing called compression.
Okay.
Basically, the longer the focal length is, the more pronounced the background will be in relation to the subject that's in front of it. So you can take a look at a photo like this that's shot at maybe shot at maybe 85 to 100 millimeters versus how much.
Oh yeah.
Because of your relation to the background and the compression with how far the lens.
But I like this one because the background is there and it's part of the photo, but it doesn't take over the photo. It's enough. I like it, and you still see. I need that one though. I need you to send me that one or print that one for me because I want that one for my kids and my grandkids because that. That's a great like if I looked at that picture of somebody, I'd be like what a great look on the face and like what a great insight into who that person was. That just captures, I think, a lot about me. The depth of that that does something for me emotionally. But and that's again, the technical specs are good, and then you've captured something human about the subject there. I love that.
Thank you.
I look fat in that one, Sean. But I was.
This is a wider focal length, so it makes sense.
And again, the background is there, but it doesn't overtake it.
Right.
It doesn't look filtered and stuff, and I love the heads give it some depth and some interest. And again, it's an uncommon pose. I'm not,
Yeah. It's definitely a little bit duller without bringing it.
Yeah.
And I get asked sometimes if I edit every photo. I do definitely edit every photo.
But you see, I'm glad you brought that up because you're not editing it to a fake thing, to some sort of phony stuff. It's just because so it can be viewed more easily. That's all.
Right, and it's more enjoyable and more
right. It doesn't change the artistic part of what you've done. Your editing.
Sure.
So
right, yeah, I like that. That's another good one.
That's when I was probably getting ready to. Sometimes I can't feel my feet, so I was probably going to fall down. I have to grab the mic stand. But again, I like the interest of cutting off the logo, not making it centered in the thing, and I'm not centered in the frame, and the heads aren't centered. I love the interest of the way it's laid out,
Sure.
Makes it much more interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely you're not quite in the middle of the frame. You're
and the Laugh Factory logo leaves something to the imagination, but you still know it's the Laugh Factory again. For a comedian, that's a great shot right there.
Yeah.
Oh, one of my favorites, dude. One of my all-time favorites.
I think you're talking to him.
I probably am talking to him, and I love that he's a little bit in the light. So even if I'm not, it looks like I am.
Yeah, engaged a bit.
Got the heads in there. I love the sort of from below angle a little bit. You're not quite. A lot of them seem like they're from down or straight across. This is straight across, but a little bit lower. Maybe you might be down on your hands and knees there, or down on one knee.
Well, there's some stairs. stairs in the club,
Oh,
and
right.
we
Yeah.
get down below the
Yep.
stairs.
And again, the logo is obscured at places, but it makes it more interesting because it's obscured by audience members. I'm
Right.
obviously talking to somebody, and it's probably that guy. I mean, that just is that's like a great action shot for comedy, you know?
Right.
I love it. I mean, I'm literally laughing there. I know that's why I'm laughing, because I look at that and I go, oh, I'm actually enjoying myself and laughing right there at somebody that, you know, said something. I never mind when the audience gets off a good line, you know. I think that's fair. And I always try to give them credit. Oh man, I don't even think I've ever seen that.
This one?
Oh man, that's great.
Okay.
That is great.
That's exactly what I wanted from this whole series, is that eventually when I start getting, you know, some of the comics or some of the
Yeah.
never seen it. So that was, you know, I like that reaction where they're like, oh, I've never seen
That is a fabulous photo. That's just a great, man. I love that. Like that I would use that in as a lot of your stuff I do. I would use that in like promotional stuff. I mean, that would make a great headshot, because you look at that and it's not too silly. You know, I don't like guys in their headshots. They're like, you know, like a magician or some crap, but that's not silly. But you look at that, you walking by the comedy club and you see that outside, right? Or you see that in the paper on their website and you go, oh, that guy looks kind of fun. I want to see that guy. He looks kind of silly and goofy, but not like a crazy person. Like that really is that's a great promotional shot, man.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, you look a little drunk here. Yeah.
Probably must be me impersonating talking to my mom on the phone, because that's how I get. Like,
Mom, hello.
stop talking to me, Mom. Yeah. How about that fancy Price is Right Match Game 1970s microphone we had that time? Oh, great.
Yeah, sure, microphone.
That's an excellent shot as well. I always like when you get my little mental health tattoo in the shots too.
Oh yeah. That's this is this, right?
Yeah, it's a thing. If anybody wants to look it up, it's called the Semicolon Project, and it basically just means your story doesn't end here. It's about mental health and stuff. So, but I always like when you capture that sort of innocuously in there too. It's cool.
Yeah, that's great.
This is where I'm emphatically explaining to somebody, it's time for you to shut the F up now. Now you have to stop talking.
I call it Dave excited.
You know, when I'm off script and you capture all these great natural moments of me like dealing with the audience, which I love, because that's really more when I'm in my element. If I could do 30 minutes or an hour of just crowd work, it would be my dream come true.
That's nice. This one looks a little more generic, kind of like.
But I love this. Here's why I like this, because it shows. I always like when musicians are photographed on stage with their guitar, or maybe it's a guy that usually plays guitar, but he's only singing and the guitar is in the shot, you know, like on stage live. I love this because, again, logo but obscured.
Yeah.
I'm off center, heads in the shot, and here when you look at the water bottle on the stool, that's my tools. That's the tools of the trade. That's my guitar on a stand in the background, like that. I
guess you're right. Yeah, I never really thought of it that way.
That's what we have. We have the mic stand and the stool and the water bottle or the beer bottle or whatever it is. So I like the drink. I like that you've captured the whole thing of being on stage right there with everything that you have. You know,
you're telling a joke, the audience, and
yep.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
And you know, I don't know if you ever noticed, but I take that water bottle up there every time for my 12-minute set. Never take a drink out of it. It's just a safety blanket. So
that's funny. This one's like, get off my lawn, you know.
Again, I guarantee you somebody said something to me and I was like, what the hell are you talking about? It's Carson City, right? So they say a lot of weird shit out there. So, but again, I love the way you frame that shot too, that you've got me way over to the side and the bricks kind of blend off into black. Love it. Great shot for a meme too.
Yeah. Once again,
I don't know what I'm doing there. Maybe I'm teaching a dance step or something, but again,
Grandpa.
I love the action shots, you know, that's an action shot. And I don't do a lot. I'm not very physical up there. So I love when you're able to capture those action shots. And again, it's like you've got it, and you've done this a couple times. I don't know if it's on purpose or not, but you've got the Laugh Factory like a rainbow. It looks like a rainbow coming into my back or coming out of me. You've done that a couple times, and I love it.
Typically, when you're the subject, especially shot in portrait style like this sideways, you might want to crop in a little bit like that, but
Sure.
But
But it's less interesting that way. You've taken some of the interest out of it, right? Like that's what makes you a good photographer. Not that you have the equipment and you know the settings. You can look at that photo and go, yeah, like a normal person would crop that, put me right in the center square.
Sure.
But you've made it more interesting by leaving that in, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
this
it's
is
a more interesting shot.
Leading lines, as this is called.
Okay.
To the subject.
Yeah. You always do that.
This is one that I don't think was necessarily staged, but I said I think I asked you if you mind if we take some pictures back here.
I love that, dude. I don't think I've ever seen that either, and I love that.
Yeah,
that's my as much of a smile kind of, or as I'm trying to pretend I'm calm look, because that's pre-show, right? And I'm scared.
Yeah.
But there's that's a great, like, that photo brings me back to that moment. I can remember that moment now. Like I can almost smell the backstage when I see that. And I think that always is a great photo. Again, you've left that the wallpapering behind there. That's interesting. I think the water glasses and stuff on the table are interesting. I like that. I mean, if you look at that and you don't know me, you think, oh, look, he's relaxed. He's ready to go. His hands are hanging and he's kicking back. But I know that I'm trying to look relaxed. And I love just that kind of behind the scenes. If I were famous, that'd be a shot that I would love people to see, because they're used to seeing you on stage and doing your thing. But here's just a little, I would love to see that shot of, like you said, like George Carlin or Robin Williams backstage or something. I'm not putting myself in a class with those guys.
Sure.
Any famous people, actors, comedians, musicians.
You want to see the different side of them, you mean?
Yeah, I love that setting because, it's a different side. Yeah. That's a beautiful shot. And black and white makes it better.
Yeah. Color is a little, it's I didn't take it in black and white, obviously. I mean, in color, I could show you.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
Telling.
I mean, nice, but the black and white gives it
it doesn't pop as the subject doesn't pop as quite as much,
Yeah, it gives it a mood. It fits the mood.
Right.
My favorite in a frame in my man cave in my other room, right? That's one of my top 5 favorite pictures of all time. Again, a great shot, a great promo shot, because you go, oh, this guy's funny. I don't feel like I look over the top or that I'm not staging that, because we haven't done that. But like, that's just a literal part of a joke that I'm doing. And I love the background that looks like purple brick. And I wore the right color shirt for that purple brick. I like how that matches up. And I just like the whole, that when I see this, I just think that looks sleek.
I like that word, sleek. That's good. This one is a little more artistic.
Awesome. I don't think I've seen that before either.
Yeah.
That's rad.
Yeah.
That's comedy in Reno on a Thursday. Another great action shot, dude. Beautiful. Like, again, I'm so used to seeing shots of me just standing there with the microphone, and that's I love that shot. Again, the positioning where I'm just a little off center. The logo is there, but it's not taking over. Oh yeah, that's great, man.
Yeah, thank you.
I spent a lot of time yelling at that side of the audience. Have you noticed?
Yeah, it's that way. Yeah, there's a lot of stage left. Yeah.
But this, again, a great shot. You can't even see my face, but a great comedy shot. One that
leaves a lot.
Yeah.
You can put dates up here.
Again, that's yeah. I would use that for, like, I'll be back in Reno. That's just a different shot. You just don't see that shot, and it's a great shot.
Thank you.
My Jack Benny shot. I love it. I don't leave the mic in the mic stand much, and you catch that pretty good. And I like that, because I like shots in the mic stand, and I'm preaching something there, which I like. Yeah. Again, I look confident there. Another silly, but not too silly, look on my face. And oh man, I don't think I've seen that one either.
Yeah, and I can send you these, the ones that I
Oh, that's a great one, dude.
selected that we've gone through.
You know what I like there is how wherever you were, I like the shadow in the background there, man. That's cool.
Right, that detail.
That gives it some interest. Yeah, some detail. Very nice. Again, I'm legitimately having fun there.
Yeah.
And I'm yelling at somebody because I always hold the mic up higher like a rapper when I'm yelling at them. I've noticed that. I always grab the mic up by the top. But again, another dude, how did you get that? That's perfect. Like that looks staged, but it's not. We never done staged stuff.
Yeah, it's not staged because you can see I actually missed the focus just a little bit.
Oh, see, yeah. But dude,
what you probably did was I focused on you, and then you moved your hand backwards a bit out of the.
This is how important it is. I've told you what I love about you taking shots is you're always ready to get the shot. Like I don't do a normal joke where I point at the Laugh Factory sign. A lot of guys do, right? They point at the sign, and you would know. But I don't normally do that. So you must have seen me going that way or been ready, already shooting from, and you caught that. And I mean, that's beautiful. I should be using that every time I work at Laugh Factory with the dates right down below it there. It's perfect.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Gorgeous.
This is this next one is another one from the back of the room where
I love that one, dude.
Yeah.
I think I asked you because I trust you and I didn't want to stage them necessarily. Like you said, we didn't stage the shots, but I think because I love your work so much, I think I said, hey, would you just take some shots of me backstage, tonight, later? And because you had done some shots of our friend Derek Richards that were like this. And I thought, I love those. But I didn't ask you, hey, shoot me looking at my notes or whatever. I just trusted your sensibilities.
Yeah, and I would shoot whenever I felt.
Yeah, and this, I have this in a frame. It's in a box now because I had it at work. I kept it at the radio station with me, and I was still going to work because I just love what that captures about me personally, and then about the business, and the glasses up on the head, real casual, that's a real behind the scenes. And I really, me, I really am going over my 3x5 cards, and
right, yeah.
So yeah, I love that. That says something about your sensibilities as a photographer, man. That's what these are the kind of things again that set you apart from just knowing f-stops and focus and and editing. Like you know when to capture the moment. That's a great moment for me.
Yeah, thank you. That's awesome. Thank you for the compliment.
Yeah.
Glad you like this one. Let's see what.
Another great one.
Say what? And
looks
Dave
super thin. These are all great. You did a lot of great work at the Carson Comedy Club, man.
Haven't been back since.
I think they're gonna get started again pretty soon. So yeah, we should get you in touch with those guys because you that's a hard room to shoot, man. And you get a lot of great shots there.
Especially now that they got the TV gone.
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely.
I call this one Dave Seinfeld moment.
So again, love it because Mike is out of the stand. Mike's stand is there, but it's over where I put it with my other tools, with the stool and my waters, and heads in the shot, which I love. I love this one. I think I put this somewhere on social media, and I circled that guy's head that's right in the middle, and I go, "Is this me watching me?" I mean, that was just a great shot. Again, it's the heads are spread out a little bit. That's probably a Wednesday night, when we got 25 people in there. But yeah, great looking shot. The dark stuff combined with the bright background, and you have a good eye, man.
Thank you.
Again, one of my top fives. Just something that you don't see me doing. It's not a move that I make in my act all the time. I don't know what I was doing, but you were able to catch it, and yeah, I've used that a lot in promo, to be honest. I love it.
Oh, great. Dave,
great one. I love the way it's framed by the people in the audience. It's got the sign in it. It's got the mics. I don't know why I'm so weird, but I love the shots where the mic stand is in the shot too. I think it gives it adds some perspective or something to it. But that's a beautiful shot right there.
You let me go up last second. You're like, hey, can you go up?
Oh, I did.
Yeah, and I don't know if you don't remember, but you're like,
I remember you going up, but I didn't remember it being last second. I thought we had talked about it.
no, it was when I got there. You were like, can you go up? And I
Oh,
was,
balls to you, dude. That's hard to do. I'm sorry I put you in that predicament.
I like going for. I don't mind going first or
Yeah. I
my,
remember you did. I remember you did good. You did good. It was good for me because I was gonna have to go out cold, I think, and so it was nice to have you go out there.
um, now what I do? I went to the whole show without making any errors. I
Now I
called
have
this,
talked you to sleep, but now is the problem. Like I talk so
no,
much
no, no,
to sleep.
I called this. Oh man, I wish I could get these. These are the last two photos too. Dang it.
And I do love that one that you had there at the bottom.
Yeah, this one is
I
called
love that one. Yeah.
Crowe because you kind of look like Russell Crowe.
I love I love the darkness creeping in a little bit, you know. Symbolically for me, that darkness, allow me to get really hippie right here. But symbolically for me, that darkness is always with me on stage. So when you've captured the back of me sort of in the dark like that, I like narcissistically, I like when you catch me holding the mic with the one thumb up on it like that. I feel like that's a cool way to hold the mic.
Okay, it's like a signature thing. You think it's like like a tick, not a tick.
Yeah, it's like a tick. It's like an idiosyncrasy, and I just think it looks cool, like to hold the mic from the bottom there a little bit. And I'm literally laughing at something that I said, or something the audience said, or some enjoyable thing that just happened. Again, that's a legitimate smile on my face, and I love a lot about that picture. A lot. That's one I would like, that my grandkids could look at and go, "Oh, look at Papa did comedy. Looks like he's having fun there."
That's really cool. I'm glad you like that one too. Yeah, I like all this from this whole set was really.
Yeah, it's a great set of shots, dude.
Well, that's all of them actually. It's 39.
Beautiful.
I can't believe each one.
Outstanding. Listen, man, I can't thank you enough. And you've done a lot of these for no compensation, which I appreciate. But your work is worth money. If I had an important thing to needed photographed to show or something, you would be the first guy I would call, and I would absolutely pay you. Your work is worth money for sure.
I like that.
I know other comics have been impressed with your stuff too through the Laugh Factory, and I know you're working on some bigger stuff. And I hope so much for you. You deserve so much to be able to do that bigger stuff. And I hope to God you're able to you stick with it and you don't get discouraged, because really are talented, and not just in this stuff. This stuff is great. All your comedy shots are good. Your stuff that you've done with some of the comics outside the casino and outside on the street is great. Your skateboard stuff is fantastic. Like, even your family photos. Like, I love you take some really great pictures of your daughter, and I'm thrilled you asked me to do this. I like looking at pictures of myself, and especially when they're done well. So,
well, this is the first episode, and
yeah.
You were the reason that I was able to go into the Laugh Factory and shoot to begin with. So
no, you're the reason, dude, because you had the right attitude, and you had you're a kind-hearted young man, and you always to be honest with you, sometimes get on my nerves because you do the right thing so much. Like, you're so and I don't mean that, I'm kidding, but like you're so like, you'll ask me for not for permission, but you'll always, I want to run this by you. You're such a kind-hearted, nice person, and so that's the reason you got in there, and the reason you got to keep coming is because you came through, dude. And people like you, that there's been people that like you so much that how many times have you seen it now where they say, hey, you want to go up, and they don't know anything about your comedy, they just know you're a nice kid and they want to do something for you. So I hope that we get to keep that relationship with you, and you coming through and taking pictures of all our people until someday I can share this and go, before Sean Pearson wouldn't take my phone calls because he's photographing Kevin Hart, he used to photograph me. Or somebody better than Kevin Hart, I hope.
Right, yeah.
Well, right on, man. I know I kept you longer than you wanted to. I know you got things to take care of, but I really enjoyed this. I will absolutely watch all of these that you do, and I just think you're really great at what you do, man, and I appreciate you having me on.
Thank you. Talk to you soon.
All right, buddy. See ya.